Lórí Facebook,
Maiyegun today.
àní ẹ̀sùn láti.
Maiyegun today.
Lórí YouTube,
Maiyegun today.
àní ẹ̀sùn láti.
Maiyegun today.
Ọba Mágbémúlẹ̀,
Maiyegun babi.
àní ẹ̀sùn láti.
Maiyegun today.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Maiyegun's Diary. This is Maiyegun Live. Thank you very much for joining me. And sorry that I'm actually, I came in late again. So, but I'm glad to be here, and I believe you are also happy to be with me this afternoon. So, thank you very much for joining me from wherever you are watching from. Thank you very much. Now, we can get started. For those of you who are watching from Facebook, I believe we are sorted. To my friends on YouTube, let me take a look and see that everything is very much all right from that end as well. Then we can get started. So, thank you very much for those who are just joining. Others will join us.
Maiyegun today. Maiyegun babi. Maiyegun today. Maiyegun babi. Maiyegun today.
Thank you for joining. Yeah, Maiyegun is back.
Maiyegun today. Maiyegun today. Maiyegun
Thank you. I think we are fine. From that end as well. So thank you for joining me from wherever you are watching from all over the world. This is Maiyegun Live. And if you read the caption of the broadcast, or if you happen to have missed that, I think that is not showing up on Facebook. But however, well, the body of the whole broadcast is right there on the Facebook. So if you are joining me, read that, and you can make your own contribution too. Yes, you can. Now, I'm going to start. The caption for today is: people have been asking that, why is it so difficult for people who are victims of bad governance in Nigeria to stand up themselves, because they are victims, right? Then you begin to wonder, how come the people who are supposed to be the criminals who put them in that sorry mess in that country? You would expect that the victims should be able, who have actually many in their millions, should be able to stand up and stop them. But we found out that it is not actually, you see, when you see Nigerians complaining, from any part of the world you see Nigerians complaining, take your time. When they are complaining about corruption, when they are complaining about, greed, when they are complaining about, failure about anything at all, most importantly, oppression, when they complain about their oppressors, when they join us to chorus, hey, crucify them, crucify them, crucify them. Most of the time, they are not doing so simply because they are against that oppression. I have found out. And that is why it is so easy today for an average Buharidin or Buharididene, an average Nigerian, right, to pick an enemy from you. It can make you an enemy, an automatically lifetime enemy, simply because you say something against those people that, well, he called leaders. So they select, they cherry pick. And I found out that that's the reason why there is no way you can actually talk about liberating people who don't need liberation. It's difficult. We have those who genuinely deserve what we call that freedom. But there are those who were not really angry about the whatever division, whatever anything politics is causing on anybody. Oppression, abuse of power, impunity, corruption, and name it. They can join us to condemn them. You will see them, they join us, they write beautifully well. They give beautiful speeches and all of that. But when you find out, you will realize that many of them are not really against it. The only reason why they are against it is simply because they are not the ones either doing the corruption or they are not the ones doing that oppression. So I now found out that what I found was really shocking. I found out that most Nigerians who tells you they are hustling to get out of to destroy oppression, to destroy poverty, to destroy corruption, and the rest of that. Many of them are actually doing so that they can do what they condemn. So they can oppress too. And that is why today the people who oppress, kill, commit so many crimes against one another are not just those who are in power. And that is why you always see more people defending those criminals in power. Because if you give them the chance, they would probably be worse than them. I have seen a lot. And that is why it is so easy for an average Nigerian, wherever you meet him, it is so easy for him to condemn you, for him to fight you, for him to make enmity of you, simply because you don't like who they support or who they defend. So that's what we found out, that many of them are not really against every bad thing we talk about in Nigeria. Millions of Nigerians are not really against them. Many of them are just against them. One, if they are the victims. Two, if they are not the ones doing that oppression. I'm a Yoruba man, and I'm going to use my own example, my own area. Luckily for me, I come from a region that happens to be a mini Nigeria, genuinely a mini Nigeria. In Yoruba land, you will find all tribes in Yoruba land. I mean, no single one you won't find from any part of Nigeria in every part of Yoruba land. Lagos is like the melting pot of the whole country, Abi. Now, from my own part alone, I can tell you a bit about oppression. I can tell you about a little bit about bullying. And to us, as long as you are not a victim, it's not bad. An average Nigerian believes that a rich man cannot rape. Do you know that? An average Nigerian believes that a rich man, a popular person, or the children of a rich man or children of the rich, they cannot be accused of rape. Same way you cannot accuse a politician in Nigeria who is expected to be earning maybe 700,000 naira a month as his salary, but is building an hotel in his own city that is worth over 100 million naira. People will say, if na you know, go steal am. This is where I began that research. This is where I began to pay attention to all of these things. Like, it's actually who they are. They believe that big man don't rape. And they believe that every rape victim, or let me say, if that person is not their sister, right? Every rape victim is actually guilty. They are the ones who make people rape them. It's either they didn't dress well, or maybe they were walking at night, alone at night. They will give reasons conveniently, right, to back every evil oppression they have. As long as either they are the ones doing it, they will back it. But they will rise and scream and tell you the world is coming to an end. World is going to come to an end because all evil things are going on because they are not the ones doing them. And we have so many of them on social media. They believe that a police officer that is paid by the taxpayers, that same police officer can actually ask you for money. And if you don't give him that money, he can decide then at that point to do his job, because that's what they say. They will say, why don't you let him do his job? A police officer will approach you, right, with the intention, sole intention, to take money from you. That is what they do, in all sincerity. Some of them, maybe let's say 1 or 2 or 3 of them, may tell you that, no, I'm different. My friend, shut up. We are talking about something that affects millions now, because this is now general. Not that you trying to tell us you are special, but you cannot deny what I'm saying, can you? No, you can't. So an average victim, an average Nigerian believe that if you if you refuse to give a bribe to a police officer, and in the process you get killed, or in the process you get kidnapped by the same police officers, you know what I mean? They will blame you for arguing. Why do you have to argue because of 50 naira? Why do you have to argue? Now you have lost your life. Now, okay, you know the law, Abi. Okay, now, now that they have killed him, unko. So, because of this, we have many of them who have figured it out. They know that the country is a jungle. It's worse than, it's actually worse than a jungle, right? So therefore, they decided to go and join police. Do you know that there's actually a survey that was conducted for the Nigerian police officers. I think it was around 2011 or thereabout. I remember there was actually a survey, police survey, that they asked people, why did they join Nigeria police? Do you know that 83% of them said they joined Nigeria police because they had no job, they had no opportunity. If they had the opportunity of any better job, they would never join police. So they joined the police as a means of survival. 83% policemen in Nigeria. I don't know how many number they are now. Now that the frustration is actually at a 1,000 degree. Maybe we have like 90% or 95% of them who joined Nigeria police because there was nothing to do. They didn't join Nigeria police because they wanted to protect the people. They didn't join Nigeria police because they wanted to make it better. They didn't join Nigeria police because they wanted to serve the country. They joined because it was the only way to survive. There was no job. There was this, there was no that. So they joined to survive. Now, how can hungry people protect you? Because your politicians don't care, right? What they did is that your politicians now created a new country for themselves, whereby they created new laws for themselves. The policemen that they believe are probably trained in a bit to protect them and them only, and their family and their businesses everywhere in Nigeria. Those ones were taken off the street. They now left you the hungry ones. They left you with the frustrated ones. They know many of you are frustrated too. They know that the country will frustrate you to the point that you will begin to act mad. It's just a matter of time. So they could left the mad police for you. So the mad police too, they started acting just on their own instinct on how to survive. So they began hunting you down. Your young people, they began hunting down your young people. Many of you will come on Facebook to abuse me. You come here to abuse me. But you are actually endangered species in Nigeria. You are endangered species because a failed system you are trying to defend gives no damn about you. They don't give a damn about you. So they left you frustrated, angry, poorly trained, and drug addict policemen on the streets. And those ones began kidnapping you. You will see police officers, they will jump fence. They will jump fence. Some of them are waiting now for SARS to call them so that they can become SARS too. Some of them are waiting for employment. The reason why they want to join SARS is because they know all Yahoo boys in their area and they can easily just go after them. Not because they want to end Yahoo, not because they want to end, they want to end the internet fraud, but because they want to benefit from it. And because the system, the failed system, will allow them to do that. So they join the profession to oppress you. You come on Facebook to abuse me for calling out those who made that happen. Does that make any sense to you? So if you don't like it, if you don't really like it, let's be honest. If you are jealous, it's normal. Animals are jealous, human beings are jealous. I am not the author. I am not the creator of whatever problem you are facing in Nigeria. Good enough. I've never had any family members who have been any part of your political nonsense in Nigeria. So you may not like what I'm saying. I am mentioning the names of those who had the opportunity of building you a country, but they built you a shithole. They built you an open concentration camp. But I'm talking about them. Why are you angry? If I may ask, why are you angry? If you ask yourself, this guy criticized Tinubu, this guy criticized Buhari, he talk about these people. I talk about the people that are responsible for whatever misery or miserable life or miserable existence that an average Nigerian is living. Why are you angry? So you may say you disagree with me. Fine. Then how did I become part of all of that? Never signed any check in your country, never executed any contract in your country. I've always been a taxpayer. Even when I live outside Nigeria, they still steal money from me, from the money I send back to Nigeria. And I'm not worried. But they don't even use the money for you. They spend the money on themselves. Then you come on Facebook, you're angry with me. Why are you angry with me? I didn't create your problem. I didn't start your frustration. I didn't destroy your shithole country. Okay? I escaped from it. And because I escaped from it, and you are still in it, that doesn't mean that you should blame me for your miserable life. I am actually trying to tell you now to see those who put you in that mess. But if you don't see them that way, let's just say it's the jealousy. Yeah, it's the jealousy. And guess what? Jealousy is actually not about what someone have and what you don't have. Many of you are actually, you have a lot. You are supposed to be living a better life. But somehow, this is making you mad. Why is he just saying this? Why is he doing this? I'm doing this because those you neglected, those you ignored, those criminals you pretended are your leaders, those they abandoned, they will come for you. They are coming for, not just for your leaders, they are coming for everybody. And they will come for everybody just to survive. If you are lucky and they don't kill you, maybe you will live to tell the story. If you are not lucky, well, Maiyegun will tell your story. Maybe if you are lucky enough that it is Shekau gang that grab you, the ones that will slice your throat, cut off your head, and then you probably, your family members will join out the rest of those who have been killed to mourn the family of those who have been killed. Then maybe it will make sense to you. So let us continue. They don't hate it. They hate you when you talk about it, but they don't hate. They don't hate the real rot, right? Politicians will tell you year in, year out that they are going to build you roads. They are going to build you schools. They are going to build hospitals for you. They are going to protect you year in, year out. They are going to give you electricity. They are going to give you water supply. But you keep reading about those things in the papers. and you keep reading about billions they are spending on them. And as toothless, as toothless, as spineless as you are, you can't even speak up. But you have strength. You have strength to come on social media to condemn those who are speaking up, right? We know why. It's because many of you don't hate those. You're actually looking forward to the day you have your own share, the day you have your own opportunity, so that you too, you can buy that expensive automobile. You can buy that expensive, you can build that expensive palace. At least you can also live large, even if you don't have any business other than just stealing free money. They stole money from poor people in Lagos. People who are, they steal from everybody, right? They stole from people in Lagos, street cleaners. They call them loma, old women, aged women, young boys and girls who are doing cleaning job in Lagos. I said, how much are they paying the cleaners in Lagos? They said they are paying them 25,000 or 30,000 naira. 30,000 naira in Lagos State. And you come here on Facebook to abuse me. Like, that is the economy they have built for you. Even the 30,000 naira they are not paying. 3 months they didn't pay them. Meanwhile, the government has paid. Do you know those who are in charge of Loma in Lagos? Those who are in charge of waste collection in Lagos is actually the woman leader, APC woman leader in Lagos State. She is in charge of Loma. How did she come by to be in charge of Loma? Well, because she belonged to the right political caucus. Now, she refused to pay people. Apart from the fact that she was loading the payroll, right? They were supposed to be 15,600 and something people working as Loma in Lagos State. They increased the number, and their annual salary, I mean, let's say their monthly salary is 541 million naira. That's how much they were supposed to pay that 15,600 and something people who are cleaning Lagos. So 3 months. When this Alaja, they call her Alaja, APC leader, woman leader. Can you imagine that? In a Lagos State that is more or less like a glorified slum, a glorified village. But you will see the Abobakus, the Oloruns, the Alapama Shishes, right? The All-Risers, common thugs. They will jump on the post now. You see them in the comment. They will start commenting now. Useless human beings. For 3 months, they couldn't pay that 30,000 naira to those people. They even increased the numbers of the numbers of Loma ghost workers. They added ghost worker to the payroll. Their payroll from 541 million naira every month jumped to 1 billion naira every month under a larger APC members. APC Egbekegbe. Still, they didn't pay. They loaded the money from 541 million to 1 billion. They seized up all the money for 3 months. They didn't pay those guys, and everybody was on the streets, shouting, screaming, "Help us!" So, meanwhile, that 3 months, so imagine the wickedness. So that 3 months they didn't pay those people. Was the 3 months of corona madness in Lagos. Even within that period, they announced a lockdown. People walked. They didn't get paid, and Maiyegun will come here. Maiyegun will not come here to come and say, please pay them now. God will bless you. Please help us pay. Are you mad? So you want me to come here and say, please now, God in heaven, please, governor, point and kill. Adegator. Governor Sanwo-Ogbo, please pay them. Please help us. God will help you. Yeah, is that what you actually think I should be doing? That's why you say you are angry with me. That I come here to call them their real names. I call them their real names. You are angry. Why are you angry? They didn't pay those people. Thousands of them. Thousands. Then you would expect all of us to say, hey, this is wrong, yo. This is bad, though. Why won't you pay these people? Do you know that there are some abobakus? There are some ombud slaves, obedient fools, sophisticated morons. Who would rather ask me, Maiyegun, look at how tiny you are. Are you not eating? Look at this guy. Look at it. They are interested in what I look like. They are interested in what I'm wearing. They are interested in how I speak. but they are not interested in what I'm talking about. Over 15,000 human beings, Lagosians, people who are in Lagos, who are cleaning Lagos. For 3 months, they didn't get paid. Do you know that what the Abobakus are saying is that, well, what are you doing? My friend, will you shut up? Which cleaning are you doing? Some of the roads are not even clean. Some of you are just sitting down collecting money. Are you not cursed? Don't you think you have already cursed yourself? And you go to church, you are praying, God, holy. You are deceiving yourself. You are stupid. And you can't deceive God. You go on social media because you wanted to sound like you are what? You condemn them. I'm not saying it's bad. I mean, I'm not saying it's good that they didn't pay them. But even these people don't work. Are you mad? Are you mad? If you are not mad, how convenient is that for you? So if they are not working, the next thing is to wait to hold them. Like, it doesn't even make any sense, because many of you will do worse. You are larger. Some of them they are philanthropists. They pay your school fees. Abi, when you need hospital bill, you go to them, they give you 10,000. When your children are very sick, you can't go to the hospital, but you go to them and beg for money. You beg them, they give you money, you go to the hospital. But they refuse to construct hospital for you, build hospital for you, so that you don't need to go to their houses every time you are sick. You don't need to go to any politician's house to go and beg for money. You don't need to go to anybody's house to go and beg for support. You don't need to come to social media to ask people to give you money. Many of you are sending me tens of messages. Maiyegun, please help us post this. This is my sister. She's having. What do you want me to do? Turn my page to where we assemble sick Nigerians, when many of you are also very much comfortable with the criminals who are supposed to build hospital for you? How long do you think that will help? Maiyegun, please help us broadcast this. We need to raise money. Please help us with this. Help us with that. But the same Maiyegun that is calling out those criminals, those who are supposed to build hospitals so that you don't go to India, those who are supposed to build schools for your children, those who are supposed to construct the road so that you don't get summarily killed, you defend them. You say it's because of the way I'm talking. That's the only thing you don't like. Some of you are so stupid and so moronic that you even come to my page to tell me that I should stop using F word. F word is the F word for you, or for those criminals that we are talking about. You are blaming those who worked. And because they are giving you 10,000 naira, 20,000 naira, 30,000 naira to go on Facebook to praise politicians, then those who legitimately work for their money, you have the mouth to question them. Yet Lagos State government has paid the agency led by the APC, Egbekegbe. I have seen pensioners in Yoruba land, I've seen pensioners in Nigeria, where young people who stole their money are living as billionaires. They are philanthropists. They donate money to different charities. Money they steal from the people. They donate them to different missions, churches, mosques. They send people to Mecca. They send people to Jerusalem. Then you realize that it's that those who are defending them, they don't hate those things. They don't. In fact, they adore them. If the time permits, they want to be like them. And that is where the problem starts. That's where we are. That is why, to an average idiot in Nigeria, me telling him to go and fuck off is so wrong, and it's going to reduce the volume of my message when I tell you to go and fuck yourself. Do you know I feel comfortable saying that, because when I feel like saying it, I say it. And if you don't feel comfortable listening to that, can you please go and fuck yourself? Can you go and fuck off properly? So they are interested in my language. They are interested in the way I say it. They are cherry picking. When their pastors are accused of rape, They will tell you, Maiyegun, don't touch religion. Are you mad? Are you like mad? Do you know why I actually like saying that to you? Because I know personally that except you are mad and someone is reminding you that you are actually mad, there's no point in asking. If you have problem with the way I speak and you don't have problem with the problems I actually narrate to you or for you every time, then you are a madman or a mad woman. So it's never going to make you feel comfortable around here. I'm not going to change my language because you fuckers and fucktards actually think I have to beg you to tell you the truth. Nah. If you are new on Maiyegun's diary, get used to it. Tell your children to stay away, or you quite quickly get them headsets. Get headsets for your children if they have to listen. When we get to that time, I'm telling you to go and fuck off. You clip it. My broadcast and my content are not for children. I know so many adults, so many of you, you look older. You look like you are an elderly person or elderly people. Some of you, you have ages in your head like calendar. And that number is making you think you have actually grown up. If you are older than, I am just 36, let me tell you, I'm just, can we say I'm 36 and a half now? I'm going to be 37 years old by January 2021. If God give me the grace, if I have that grace, which I believe I would anyway. However, 37 years, I have lived long enough not to deceive myself that there is a country called Nigeria anymore. I know I am still very much conscripted to believe that, or I am allowed legally to still carry the passport Nigeria. But I will always have a chance at some point that I can choose to either carry a Scottish passport, a British passport, or Oduduwa passport. There's going to be that choice. And I will always have that choice. I always do. But what I'm trying to say here is this. They have the chance. We know you are not really against those who are actually like ruining everything for all of us. Right? You are only waiting for your own time to take charge. And most of the time when we speak up, you turn it to challenge. You turn it to competition when it is not. I am just 37 years old. How can you be older than 37 years? And you have seen enough too. You have seen what life should be. I believe, at least, they say life is a teacher. The more you live, the more you learn. So, how can you be older than me and come up and condemn me for speaking up on something that affects you and affects everyone if you are not actually a willing accomplice yourself? 36 years old man is telling a 50-year-old man that we can get it right only if we stop being or trying to be like the criminals who put you in this mess in the first place. You know that? So how can you feel comfortable? You should be ashamed. If you hide behind any fake account or you are using your real account, just look at me very well. Whatever problem you are facing right now in that shithole country, in that contraption, if you are older than me, that means you have been witnessing it before I was born. So how can you be so daft, so stupid, and so ignorant to come on Facebook to defend anything Maiyegun condemns? Like, how can you be so stupid, so foolish? So what use is that your age 10, Baba 40, Auntie 50, Baba 60, Baba 70? And you cannot threaten me. You cannot threaten anybody who is telling you that truth, that they cannot grow old. You are foolish enough to believe that your stupidity in that myth actually works. It doesn't. They don't. Nigeria will kill you. It's killed so many people before you. It will kill you if you don't kill Nigeria. Nigeria is killing my generation. I can see many of my own peers, young people who are, as I speak to you right now, many of them are in SARS detention across Nigeria right now. SARS detention. They did nothing. Their families are looking for money. There are so many of my peers who are actually languishing in different jails in Nigeria right now. Do you know how they got there? Because they couldn't bribe. So you as a young person looking at me, I don't live that life. Look at me, I don't live that life. I'm never in any other, under any control of those who oppress. And that is why I'm completely against any form of oppression. And they say oppression doesn't have color, it doesn't have tribe, it doesn't have race. Human beings oppress human beings. Black oppress blacks. And as we see it, many blacks wants to grow up so that they can oppress more blacks. So I don't live in that world. I would never be the victim of SARS. It's not going to happen. Because I know the type of Nigeria you have. It is the type of Nigeria that, for someone like me, I can get protected from the people who are going to be out there ready to kill you once I pay them money. Do you know that? I can afford to pay your security men in Nigeria, and I can afford to pay them to guide me to everywhere I'm going. If the money is good that I pay them, right? None of you would dare try get closer to me under any circumstances, because your policemen are trained to kill you if you try to attack any VIP. I'll become a VIP. Do you know that? I can afford it. Yes. I can afford to pay more than 10 security men in Nigeria. I mean, like proper power show off, which is what you like in Nigeria. But that is not the world I live. I live in a world where it is so simple and easy. I don't want to come to a country whereby I will need to pay policemen to carry guns. You know what I mean? They need to carry guns to protect me against you, because that's the mentality. That is the mentality of your politicians. That is the mentality of many of you. And many of you are looking forward to a day that you too, you will be in that position to oppress others and get protected, kill people and get away with it. I have my mate, my young, people who are younger than me, who have been in prison in Nigeria right now because they couldn't bribe police officers who arrested them illegally. Can you beat that? That is Nigeria. So if Maiyegun comes here to tell you that you should stop normalizing abnormalities, and you turn around to call me your enemy, what you are doing is that you know the truth, but you just wish you can be like this Maiyegun. And I think that's the problem. Because if you leave the message and you have the problem with the messenger, then check it. That means you have something. It's more or less like, man, I wish I am like this Maiyegun. Look at this guy. If I was like him, I won't say it that way. I would have said it the other way. Baba, open a page. It doesn't cost much. It doesn't cost much. It's free. That same Facebook you are using to defend politicians on Maiyegun's diary, to defend them, to fight and do all this madness. Do you know you can actually use that same Facebook to tell morons like you, to tell Buharidins like yourself that Nigeria is great without you having to come here and cause nuisance and make and disgrace your family on this page. I am not your problem. I am not in any way. I am not your problem. I have my life. I live my life. And I am the architect of my own life. I am the director. I am the manager. I am even the solicitor, the attorney for my own life. My life is not in the hand of any goddamn fucktard anywhere. And that is the mentality I now live. That is the world I live. UK government weren't even nice to me. When they granted me my my residency, you know what they said? They said, you are not entitled to public fund. Can you beat that? I pay tax. I do all of that in this country. But guess what? My legal paper says I am not entitled to public fund, which means every penny, everything you see on me It's my sweat. So why should I be your problem? Eh? I am not your problem. So if you are jealous, we understand. But that won't change anything. Okay? But maybe if you begin to pay attention, to what is this Maiyegun all about? Maiyegun is actually like my conscience, Sha. Maiyegun is talking about things I should be living, life I should be living. Maiyegun is trying to let me realize that there is no way I can continue to defend criminals and get a better life. It's not possible. Two things cannot match together. It's not possible. Maiyegun is not asking to be your leader. I don't want to be your leader. I don't want to. I just want to be Maiyegun so that I can tell you you are stupid. If you are stupid, I can say to you that you are stupid. And you can, you can go fuck yourself if you feel like, you know what I mean? I want to say that conveniently. I don't want to be that fake leader that will be like, hey, my people, yes, sir. I love that. I'm not that kind of a person. So I can't be your leader. I can't pretend. I can't try to make you feel good all the time. So it is not a competition. I am just a vessel who brings you this message. And hopefully, you will realize that it's actually for you. And the moment you begin to see bad as bad and not about who is doing it. There was a time I shared a post and I said, if a lady come to your house, she is your girlfriend. Una don dey knock million times, fine. No big deal. Yes. She slept in your house many times, no big deal, fine. In fact, she is your wife, good. A lady come to your house. And to you, automatically, she came to have sex. Yes, probably she did. But what if she changed her mind? Who told you that because she's in your house, on your bed, that automatically give you that visa access to do what you want? It is abnormality. And then you come around when they say, finally, they say that person raped this person. You say, how can that be rape? My friend, shut up, nonsense. You are saying nonsense. My guy, you are mad. You are mad. The funniest thing about many of you is this. The abnormalities you normalize in Nigeria, the moment you leave Nigeria, nobody will give you any guidebook. Nobody will sit you down and say, this is how they behave in this country. This is what you must do. You must never do this. You must not try that. Nobody will tell you anything. Automatically, the moment you will land from the airport like this, you behave yourself. Automatically. So does that not tell you that it's because of who you are? It's not because you ate bad things. You only ate bad things because you are not the one doing it. Or if you are the victims of bad things. When they loot, right? If you benefit, it's good. When you don't benefit, it's a terrible thing. But the moment they give someone appointment, your music will change. Because that's who you are. But when you leave Nigeria, that civil servant who always believe that government work no be government where you go do die. Just do wetin you go do and do your own and leave the rest. The moment you leave Nigeria and begin to work from 8 to 4, UK, America, Canada, the rest of those places, you are promptly up, sharp. You are up, you are early. No Nigeria factor, no this, no that. When you are driving, you obey the traffic. You don't do your gra. But when we talk about the mad people controlling Nigeria and how they are doing, then you begin to have problem. It's not that I don't like your message, Maiyegun. It's because I just don't like the way you say it. You can still pass your message without insulting people. Oma Bloni, who told you that you have that chance to tell me how to talk to people? Like, who told you that? Are you the people? You are the people. Yeah? Because you are angry with it, Abi. Who told you have that kind of that privilege? You cannot talk like that. Political correctness. You cannot say that, my brother. Let us just, let's just move on. Let's move on. Don't talk like that. Let's move on. That's their favorite word. They will say, let us move on. Let's move on. Move on from what? Let us address it. Let's address it first. When you begin to speak up and say, when you see police officer beating people, soldier beating people on the street, you will see them. Those who are not winding up their car doors, others will form viewing center around the place. They will say, only God knows what you do. Right there in the crowd, they will condemn you. They don't know what you did, though. They don't know anything, or whatever it is, so they don't care. Because they are typical Nigerians. If they are not the one being beaten up by that soldier, they will stand up. They will form guard. They will say, now only God knows what the guy do. Maybe the guy steal money. Oh, somebody say the guy steal purse from across. They don't know what he did, though, and they will never ask. They will watch people beat him. If they have to beat him to death, then they will go home with their own story. Say, hey, Mama Nkechi, hey, life. Chineke. If you see what these soldiers did, one young man like that, they say the boy wear camouflage. Then some say that they're a fake soldier. In fact, some say the guy pickpocket. Some say the guy, because that's who we are. That's who we are across board. You watch people get killed on the street. Then you make a story that says whatever he did, may God not let me come across anything that will just make people kill me, because they don't care. It is normal. A police officer will go on social media. A military officer will go on social media to go and threaten a citizen in Nigeria. Right? And he will have his own supporters that will say, why did you two write that? Why did you post that thing? That's how they kill you now. If soldier come to your house now and they carry you and they arrest your father and they arrest your mother and they beat you up now, they will say soldier bad. That is a potential victim too, trying to defend soldier because he needed to sound like he loves soldiers. The only people soldiers beat up are those stubborn people. You know what I mean? Now you know what you did for soldiers. Soldiers not just the beat people. Let's just be honest, my sister. Only God know what the guy do, Soldiers are not mad. The soldiers, look at them now. Look at them. Only God know what the driver do. Someone overtook a convoy of military men who are going somewhere. His car was trying to overtake them. I had another story. A guy whose car was trying to overtake a convoy of a governor. They say it's a security threat. In Nigeria, you are a security threat if you overtake any security car. You are a security threat. So they beat them up. Then they still arrested them. In Nigeria, and people will say, why are you trying to overtake? You two, why are you trying to overtake security car? That's the country you have. You say, you hear them, they say, let us even tell ourselves the truth. Why are you also trying to overtake a security car? They blame you. So Nigeria is a country that will kill you and they will still blame you. Why do you want to die in such country? Why do you want to die there? Politicians in Nigeria have the easiest job in the world. I swear to God. And they know the logic. They know the way to go about it. Politicians in Nigeria. Nigerians are not asking them for much, even though their politicians are promising them impossible. Though, not that impossible, but what they will never do. But Nigerians are not asking for too much. That is why, in today's Nigeria, after people have been living in darkness for 100 years, now you have been living in darkness for 106 years. You may not know. If we want to make you feel better, we'll say Nigeria no get light for 60 years. It's a lie. You've not had stable electricity in Nigeria for the past 106 years. But you have leaders. They will say, our great leader our greatest leader, our leader who fought for us. Have you listened to, well, all of you do listen to their campaign. When you listen to their politicians, ridiculous things they say at their campaigns, you expect them to come to campaign, to lay out their programs, how they are going to achieve them, what they plan to do and all of that, right? Nigerian politicians don't do that. It's the easiest job. Just go and get some money. Hire a politician. The vuvuzelas will come. There are people who are like a proper, they call them campaign materials. That is why you would listen to that Oshiomole. Is a leader in Nigeria. So many people call him leader because he's their leader. He can talk. He can talk so many balderdash, so many rubbish. They have no substance. No substance. Nigerian politicians. They like to speak baby grammar, by the way, to confuse you. Sustenance, economy, sustainability, economic revampment, Nigeria 2020, Nigeria, you know what I mean? Vision 2080, rural electrification, ultra-modern standard ultra-modern hospital, all those funny, they are very good. They do all of that, but they lack substance. They can write a whole of a book, but it will lack substance because they don't believe in it. I have a book here. It's called The Future, Scotland's Future. In this book, as you see it, everything you need to know about Scottish independence campaign, what Scotland will be like in the next, what Scotland will be like in the next years, right? You will see all of that in this book. They gave it to all of us to read, so that if you want to support any independence in Scotland, at least you will know why and the type of country you want to join. Nigeria politicians will come to the rally. They will use they would hire a politician, a musician. That one will be singing their praises, be telling people how powerful they are, how their enemies are going to die, how their enemies don't want them to make more power, how people are trying to bring them down. But the people will never allow that. Their politician will be singing their praises. Then when they finally arrive, they will shout their party names, pa 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 pa. Then the next thing they will start talking about their enemies, the enemies who don't want them to succeed, the people who don't want them to help the poor, the people who stop them from giving you electricity, the people who stop them from building hospitals. They will use like another 2 hours talking about those who never allowed them to do anything. They forgot that most of them are actually those in power. Some of them are in power, but they will still be telling you about those who didn't let them do the job. But they love the people. They are going to still do the job. Nobody will stop them from doing the job. That's what they do in at their different rallies. And people say, hey, we trust you. You will do the job. God damn it. Easy job. Imagine if I have some billions now. I can go and become governor in my Ogun state, right? I'll pay thugs. I'll buy guns. I'll buy different weapons. I will give money to community leaders. I will call youth. I'll give them money. They will give me an award. I'll go to different churches. I'll tell them I love Christ. I'm a born again. My father and my mother, they were Christians. They died as a lovely, I'll tell them different things. The pastors will finish the job for me. I'll go to mosque and I will go there and I will also worship. I'll tell them about my grandfather, who happened to be a staunch Muslim as well. And he raised me as a Muslim. And I love Muslim. I love Islam. I'm ready to, blah, 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 blah. They will say, At-Takbir, Allahu Akbar. They will give me an award. They will give me name. Then before you know it, the old people will say, I actually love this Maiyegun Sha. The guy can go to church. He go to mosque. He love everybody. Meanwhile, underground, they pay them. They pay people. We go to tell them, say, I love everybody. Oh. I am a very great Christian. Oh. I'm a very great Muslim. Oh. I love Islam so much. Oh. In fact, I built, I constructed over 30 mosques. Oh, I have renovated over 200 churches. Oh, I have given orphans money. All those things. There are people who do that job, even though if I'm not doing all of that. Do you know that? That is the type of country you have. I have option, okay? So don't hate me for it. I am not the reason why you are there. I am not the reason why they don't fix that country. So when we call them out, the least you can do for us is to join us. The least you can do It's not to condemn those who are telling you that you will never make anything out of that contraption. Nothing is going to come out of it. And yeah, if you enjoy it, keep it. Keep it. So thank you very much for your time. That's me. I'm going to be rounding up in another 2 minutes. So the reason why I'm trying to do this video today is to tell you that we have an opportunity. The opportunity that Maiyegun is not living in Nigeria. Look at me. I have access to the best and the best technology money can buy right now. Simply because I live in a country that allows me to do this. I live in a country that is not like Nigeria, where right now, as an average Nigerian, you are actually wishing that they arrest me because you are a Buhari idiot. As a Buhari idiot, what I am doing right now, I shouldn't be appreciated. I should be arrested so that you can continue to live in your abject poverty and in your darkness. So it's not because you don't like corruption. It's because you are not the one stealing it yet. Maybe that is why you are currently against it. And when you see someone talking about it who is also against it, because you are not genuinely against it, then you want to cherry pick. Now this thief, thief better than that thief. Then you want to question what? I came to the UK and I got the opportunity, right? I did everything legally. And today I am living legally here enough that I can be anything I want to be. Do you know that? Do you know I can be anything I want to be in life here, right now, right here in Scotland. Do you know I can't say that in Nigeria, that I can be anything I want to be in Nigeria? How many of you can say the same thing I'm saying right now? I am not in Nigeria now, okay? So you have more advantage than me. You are in Nigeria, okay? But can you beat your chest and say you can be anything you want to be in Nigeria of today? Can you say that? So if you can't say that, don't hate me. Hate the system. Don't jealous me. Don't bring your jealousy to me. You don't need to hate Maiyegun. Hate the system that make it difficult for you possibly to live a better life, like Maiyegun is trying to show you. I've got my own life. I don't have to come to Nigeria again. Listen, you see, that's another thing. When we are talking about opportunity, the one you have taken and the one you have missed, right? If you have ones that you have taken, then it's not about you. But if you have the one you have lost, then maybe you can say one or two things as well, right? You have your life to live, oh, bros. You have your life to live, oh. Whatever I'm doing on my page is part of my own life, oh, right? I have the opportunity. I have the resources. I have the equipment. I have the exposure. I have the protection. And I have all the exposure I need to do this. It is my life. You can choose to do something else. And there is no way, except if you are one of those thieves, there is no way whatever I'm doing on Maiyegun's diary affects you negatively, except if you are a thief, except if you are an ass licker, except if you are a crumb chaser, except if you are one of those unboot slaves, obedient fools, and then a sophisticated morons. You are actually victims. Even if I call you those beautiful names, you are victims. They are nothing to be proud of. So if you are one of them, look at me very well. No be me cause the problem in your life. I am not the one who puts you in that your sorry situation right now. Whatever situation you are in Nigeria right now, look at me very well. You may not like what I say. I am talking about those who put you in that situation. But if you don't like me, I understand. But guess what? Do not blame me for your miserable life. Do not blame me, right? For your poverty, destructive, and forced life. I didn't do it. I'm actually trying to help to see maybe you can stop defending your oppressors and stop dreaming of becoming an oppressor yourself and become a free thinker, a free-minded person that will never wish to be in position to oppress others because they have the opportunity to. Many of you don't hate oppression. Many of you don't hate corruption. Many of you don't hate everything we condemn in Nigeria. You just don't like it, that you are not the one doing it. But look at me very well. We will never be friends. And if you are one of those who cherry pick as well, I've had many friends in the past, but many of them didn't last. You know why? People say they love me in the morning because I tell them the truth they are comfortable with. In the afternoon, they turn around to say, this guy is actually a worse person. I will never, ever have anything to do with this guy again. You know why? It's simply because I have told them the truth that is not comfortable with them. Some guys are saying that I have more Biafrans on Maiyegun's diary. I love that. I have more from other tribes too. So if you have more Biafrans commenting on Maiyegun's diary, maybe because I have been addressing few topics that actually directly affects them. There have been thousands of Biafrans who have been following Maiyegun's diary before now. They have been following Maiyegun's diary as far back as 6 years. So you may not have a clue. So people become my friend in the morning. They unfriend me in the afternoon, or I block them. That is why I don't have permanent friend here. But if you have this mindset, this free thinking mind, you and I can be best, we can be BBF for life. Best friend forever. So thank you very much for your time. I'll see you again later tonight when I come up with the latest topic. I just need to drop this. Thank you, and all the best. One sec.
ó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò fi wọ́n ní ràn ó. Maiyegun ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí.
Maiyegun ti dé o, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe
ó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò fi wọ́n ní ràn ó. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀.
I'll see you guys later. Maiyegun sọ pé wọ́n ò gbẹ́bẹ̀ oníkan ṣáà ti ṣe yìí fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé.
Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kí. Maiyegun ti dé, gbogbo.
Bye. I'll see you some other time. Enjoy your day. Sorry there.